Warning, the statements made on Drinking with Coast to Coast may be considered offensive to some viewers. Statements such as, but not limited to, Jesus isn't real, the South will not rise again, and Mexico is a third world country. Before becoming offended, please keep in mind that these statements are merely the opinions of three drunken retards and should not be taken seriously. However, if you do discover that you are in fact a vagina and become offended by something Coast to Coast says, for example, we just said retards, you're welcome to cry about it below with an asshole comment. While you're at it, lick my butt.
This episode's opening toast goes out to Nalisina D, who commented on episode 16 of Drinking with Coast to Coast. They said, I think the only real reason I watch this is in hopes that one day B will flip the table and use the chairs to hit Nick and Jesse. Haha, smiley face. And so do I. It'll happen. Someday.
That wasn't bad at all.
No, it wasn't too bad.
So, Captain Morgan Lime Bite. Pretty good. Tastes like I drank a lime with rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, that's what.
All right.
Yeah.
Woo! All right. Another fine episode. Now,
Woo! Yeah.
There's something a little bit different about this episode. I'm sure everybody's noticed. We actually have a second episode in the same month, so we don't normally do that. But
It's history.
it's pretty exciting. So, what are we drinking today?
I'm drinking Shock Top Honey Crisp Apple Wheat out of a can, and it is fucking delicious.
And obviously, so are you.
Yep.
So you guys are lovers?
Absolutely. Oh yeah.
I love
Since
it.
forever.
Excellent. And B,
Bush Signature Copper Lager. It's cheap.
okay, I get it.
Okay, what are you drinking? Tecate?
Not this time. Today, what is inside Miley Cyrus besides cocaine and bad decisions is Old Milwaukee. Old Milwaukee, which is Algonquin for
The Good Land.
the good land. Very nice. All right. We've also got some Taco Bell on the table, so dig
They're
in, guys.
sponsoring this episode.
They're not
have
sponsoring.
this episode.
Everybody-
Thank you, Taco
They have
Bell.
offered to give us
They
free
didn't
tacos for
sponsor-
every episode after this.
They didn't sponsor the fucking episode.
I'll take one.
All right. Anyway, let's stop boring people with our food grabbing. We've got some items on the table here.
Couple.
A few items. But before we talk about these items, I also want to say thank you to Fallen Angel because he's been whoring out our Bible Answer series on his Google Plus, which is really awesome.
What is Google Plus for those who don't know?
I don't fucking know.
Does anyone know what Google Plus is?
It's like some kind of Facebook for Google. It was an attempt.
That's Google plus blank.
It's something. I don't know. I keep getting messages that people have added me to their circles, and I don't know if I'm supposed to do something about it. I might be being like a big ass. I don't know. I'm not trying to be.
So let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. It's newfangled and confusing.
Help us.
Yeah. Anyway, so we've got some items on the table here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
food.
yeah, and also, Michael, you were wanting to thank someone.
I was wanting to thank Love Hungry Man for his trepanning comment
Yes,
and clearing that up from
Yes.
the last episode.
I was calling it trepanation, which is interesting. Trepanning. Either way, Jesse thought I was completely making up a word because he thinks I do that a lot.
Which he does.
All right. Well, I guess I cried wolf too many times, and now when I use real words, he doesn't believe me.
He gets confused easily.
But so here we have the Generation 8 brand new systems. No, don't be silly. We have an NES, a Sega Genesis, and a Super Nintendo. These three systems are all fantastic systems to collect for, and pretty big systems for their time.
Big as in.
Big as in popular.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about our first memories of each of these systems and our first impressions and kind of our memories with them. And let's start with Michael.
Well, I never had a Genesis or a Super Nintendo growing up. I only had this bad boy right here. And I actually still have about 2 or 3 of them.
Nice. How old were you? Was it still new when you can remember? Or was it kind of a...
Yes, it was when I was, I want to say, 4 or 5. I think my grandpa got it for me, and it came with Super Mario 3.
Oh, awesome.
So that was my first game for it.
Okay. That was one of the later sets when it actually came with Super Mario 3.
Yeah.
Because once that game came out, they were like, yeah, you pack that bitch. So you never had a Genesis or a Super Nintendo?
No, although I did play them at friends' houses growing up. I had a couple friends that had Genesis, and they had a shit ton of games. We played Sonic, other things. Vector Man.
Vector Man. Looks like made of boogers.
There was a game, Awesome Possum.
What?
Yeah. You played a possum trying to defeat, like, loggers. So it was a very pro-environment game, ahead of its time.
Okay.
Very hippie friendly.
You ever play Earthworm
Love
Jim?
Earthworm Jim.
Was that on Genesis?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it was on Genesis and Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a really messy ass taco.
Thank you,
Taco Bell.
For sponsoring this episode.
And every episode after.
I'll be thinking of you tomorrow as I sit on the door.
And so your first impression of the NES, you remember the first time you played anything on it? So I guess that was. Did you play Atari before that? Did you have anything? So this was your first
My mom-
impression of home games.
My mom had an Atari and an Intellivision, but I never really played them.
Mm.
It was my first system was this. This is my love.
This is a wonderful system. Wonderful system. Zach.
Well, mine's a little bit different. I actually did not own the NES or the Genesis growing up, but I had Super Nintendo. That was my main console for many a year. I
Even
did
now.
Yes, actually, I do still play it a lot.
Yeah, it's,
it's-
these three systems. They don't get more. I think combine this with the Atari 2600, they're fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely played the Genesis and the NES. My aunt actually had an NES, so when I would go over to her house, I would play like, Mario and Duck Hunt and all that kind of stuff. That's really all I remember about the early days of NES. And Genesis, about the only thing I remember vividly playing was Sonic.
So were you kind of a fanboy? Like, do you remember back then how like it was like the Sega people versus the Nintendo people?
I've never really cared. A good console is a good fucking console. Good games are good games. I don't care.
I remember it stemmed from jealousy, but I'll get to that. All right, so you still play your Super Nintendo? Same Super Nintendo
All
you
the time.
had?
Yep.
Awesome. I still have my same Super Nintendo. It's not that one. That's the newer model. But
I have this actually.
One
I got
that's
it
not
from a pawn shop.
it's just so much better looking than that ugly ass American Super Nintendo that we got. That turns piss yellow.
Does.
But it still works.
Yeah.
It's a tank.
Because everything
Fucking tank.
everything from the olden days is made out of Nintendium.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried breaking an original Game Boy? It can't fucking happen.
Well, here, hand me that thing. We'll smash it.
I mean, you might have to finger it and blow it a little bit, but I mean, it works.
No.
Oh, that's way too much effort. So, B.
Well, God, all of mine that deal with these three systems are incredibly depressing.
Standing in the shop. Please, sir. No, you're poor. You're
Can
poor.
I
I can
just
see.
touch it for a penny?
No, you reek of poor.
I'm with the charity Games for Dames, but you're a boy. Don't give me
question
that
it.
shit.
Don't
Just
question it. Let me touch it. The NES, my first impression of the NES was, I was probably 1987, and I can vividly remember being over at my grandfather's house, and it wasn't my relation, but some of his girlfriend's relation came. We were leaving, and we were leaving visiting my grandfather's house, and the people that came over, I'm trying to remember exactly how it happened. The people who weren't related to me came over, and their son had a Nintendo, and he brought his Nintendo as we were getting ready to leave, and I threw the biggest temper tantrum in the world. Like, I was crying and screaming because all I wanted to do was play the Nintendo.
Yes.
It wasn't a
that's
couple
all
years.
everyone.
You were about you would have been about 7.
I was 7.
Okay.
So I didn't get to play the Nintendo until my parents bought me one. I think I got my first Nintendo about a year later. The Super Nintendo, my parents rented one from the local video store.
Oh god, I remember renting.
Back in those days, yeah.
you could rent the system.
They came in that case with the foam.
Yep,
Yeah.
and you could rent. They got me F-Zero and what's in the console. That's
Super Mario World. Yeah.
And so I was all excited to play them, and I played F-Zero for about an hour. I played a little of Super Mario Land, and I liked F-Zero so much I went to put it back in, and I actually fell asleep in my room and wasted the entire night with it. So I really only played the thing for about an hour, and then my parents had to take it back to the video store. So
They probably rented it for one night for like $30.
right, and so when they went to take it back to the video store, once again, I threw a temper tantrum because the Nintendo wasn't good enough after I saw the Super Nintendo and the Genesis. The first time I ever played that was at the KB Toys. They had it hooked up, and you could play it. It was outside, and it was Sonic the Hedgehog.
Please, sir.
And so I got to play that, and for some odd reason, whenever I see a Genesis console or the Sonic cartridge, I just get, you know how they used to have those little dogs that would do backflips, and like yip, 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 and just annoying as hell because
they had those right there.
yeah, right next to Sega Genesis. That's like, so whenever I see that, I just see dogs doing backflips in my head.
Now this is the second model Genesis. Also, the first model was the bigger one. I always thought this was the better looking one, but some major collectors are like, no, it's got to be the first model. But I mean, it's
Whatever.
yeah, who gives a shit? So I don't exactly remember my first. I went over to one of my brother's friend's house, and they had Super Mario Brothers, and on the Nintendo, and that just blew me away because I was actively playing. I don't know, around 6. I was actively playing, my Atari 2600, and to see Super Mario was just holy crap. I don't know if I had seen it in the arcade before that or not, but and then we got one about a year later, or maybe that Christmas, and crapped my pants when I realized it came with Super Mario Brothers. And that was all good and great for a while. And then a year or two went by, and I got Ninja Turtles 2, and that was just the shit. And the kids in the neighborhood would come over and play it until little fucker across the street got a Sega Genesis, and I don't even think I knew what the hell that thing was. And went over to his house to check it out. They had it hooked up. It was sitting on his kitchen table, about the size of this, with a 19-inch television with dials. And we're playing Sonic the Hedgehog, and I'm trying to rationalize why it sucks compared to my Nintendo. And because I know it doesn't. It was so amazing looking. And I do remember thinking, though, which is so funny, looking at the 3-button Genesis controller, thinking, 3 buttons? That's ridiculous. Why would you ever need 3 buttons?
Did you go home crying? I mean, am I the only one that's going to admit to crying about existing?
Probably.
I think
Yeah.
I did not go home crying, but I think I may have tried to still persuade, like, well, hey, I've got Ninja Turtles too.
They're like,
why does everyone want to play Sonic?
they're
This
like,
is like
yeah,
a
whatever,
fantasy.
Poverty Jen. That's where it comes from. You've been scarred.
Yeah, I was Poverty Jen.
It
Now
sounds like a
it's-
friend stealer. Did you beat his ass?
Yeah.
Because you should.
I'm gonna
Find him right
I'm
now.
gonna find him.
You son of a bitch.
I'm gonna find you, Jimmy Vetter. Fuck you and your Genesis, okay?
Go Goodfellas on him, just pick up the Genesis and smash it over his head. We'll throw him in the back of the trunk.
He was so proud of that thing. I don't even think I had really heard of it before that. I definitely had never heard of the Sega Master System. That was, most people don't even know what the hell that. I competed with this, most people don't even know what the hell that is. Super Nintendo, I remember hearing about it. I remember seeing it in Walmart, and again, I saw Super Mario World, and I was like, I wasn't sure if I was convinced it looked better than Mario 3, because I was stupid. But I also was in a way trying to rationalize with myself, it doesn't look that much better.
No, it's just updated. You know,
It's just fucking amazing.
New
I-
processor,
big deal.
better
get to
graphics.
ride around on a fucking dinosaur. I know, it's can't.
So I rationalized and rationalized with myself until my sister, who lived in Florida in '92, called. We were talking on the phone. I don't remember how it got brought up, but they said they're going to go ahead and for my birthday, send me her boyfriend's Super Nintendo. And Joe's like, oh, hell yeah, and what games he had. Because his...
What happened to the boyfriend?
We don't
Gator.
We don't talk about that.
Who? I don't know. But his and I loved his logic for it, and I knew his logic was fucked even then. But I didn't want to say anything because he'd be like, "Yeah, give me that Super Nintendo." He saw Sega CD and thought that was the future, and he's like, "Dude, once you see Sega CD, you're never gonna want anything else." So he wanted to get a Genesis and a Sega CD.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, you're right.
I totally believe you. Give me that system.
Give me that crappy Super Nintendo. And I remember, I knew it was coming in the mail, but I bought Ninja Turtles 4 before it arrived. So for 2 days I was staring at the instruction manual in the box, just, oh my god.
With a gigantic erection.
Yeah.
With a big boner for a 12-year-old.
Trying to move the boner out of the way to read the goddamn manuals. God damn it, get out of here. I'm
Dad,
trying
what
to
I
read.
told you about touching it? I'm not touching it, Mom. Just read the manual.
No, wait, don't come in. I'm reading my manual.
Okay, well, that was good talks and good times.
Yes.
With good friends.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All of our good friends.
All of us.
All of them. Every last one of them. There's no one that we would rather be here with.
That's true.
Nobody.
And now it's time for Show and Tell! Shots, stupid.
Shots, 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 shots.
Oh, yeah. It's Show and Tell time. Who's excited? Who's got a boner?
Always. To be fair, I always got a boner, yeah.
Should look into that, actually. So we just got done talking about 3 video game systems, which are all fantastic systems. And before I get to my actual show and tell, there's something I want to show you and tell you about. If anybody's interested in any of those systems, how about a system that plays all 3?
Nice.
This
Everything in one.
the Super Retro Trio. This just came out this year. This is new, $70.
Awesome.
It does an excellent job of playing all these games. And check out the front, very sleek.
Nice.
Very.
Front door comes open, and it can use all the original controllers. It does come with 2 Super NES clone controllers that they do play very well, which is great for playing Super NES and NES, really. But you're going to want a Genesis controller for your Genesis games. The nice thing is you can interchange. For instance, I've been playing Super Nintendo Street Fighter, but with a Genesis 6 button. Finally. So, it's pretty awesome. And also, it's all regions for the Super Nintendo and the Genesis. So you can play your Super Famicom and your Mega Drive games on this beast as well.
Because I've got a shitload of those lying around.
Who doesn't?
I've got,
Honestly.
well, here I've got the 3 Super Donkey Kongs.
Ooh,
They call
nice.
it Super Donkey Kong. It's Donkey Kong Country. And it's still...
Which are great
But
games.
it's the Super Nintendo. Everything has to be super.
Yeah, it's very super. Their games are shaped differently, though. They have a cooler shape to them. They have a cooler shape. We got these boxy Buick-looking American crap bullshit because the Super Famicom and the European Super Nintendo all have that same shape.
Looks very sleek.
Yeah.
It's very streamlined.
It's very nice looking. So, anyway, but that's not really my show and tell. This is just because we showed those 3 systems. I wanted to show a system that does play all 3. Yes, sir.
Did you notice this?
What? Somebody's name is on there?
Yeah, but it's in kanji or something like that. No, it's in. Where did you order this from?
Japan.
Yeah, it's in kanji or hiragana.
Oh,
That's kind of interesting. I mean, you can't really. It's pretty much rubbed off. but-
yeah, you can't really make it out.
You know, if you can't find the kid that had the Genesis, you should find that kid and beat his ass.
Yeah. Right out my fucking game. This is my Street Fighter, dick.
I'll show you how to really fight in the streets.
Anyway, show and tell time. So, we've been talking about systems. We've been talking about game cartridges. I'm about to present to you with the very first cartridge-based system ever. It came out in 1976.
Wow.
Made by Fairchild Superconductor. It is the Fairchild Video Entertainment System.
That's.
It's so shiny.
I'm telling you.
Wood grain.
But it just the Fairchild Video Entertainment System. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. And it looks like something out of Blade Runner.
It was later named the Fairchild Channel F, but
Or
because
Channel D for Decker.
this is the VES, and then the Atari, when it came out, it was the video computer system, so it was very confusing. Then that later got renamed the 2600. But this is the first system. So this starts Generation 2. Generation 1 was all the Pong clones with their Pong variations all built into the system. This is the first system where you could actually, where the games, there are 2 built-in games on here, one of them being Pong, but where you actually put cartridges in, change out the games, these 8-track looking things.
That is crazy.
They're all numbered. You're welcome to take a look at these. And
they look like props from a movie. It's just
there was 20.
It
It had 26
Drag race.
games total. So who wants to play 4? Anybody want to play 4?
What is it?
Spitfire. I don't know, but it's got airplanes on it.
oh, let's play that one.
We've got Video Blackjack.
Desert Fox and Shooting Gallery.
Desert Fox.
That's a
is
twofer. That's a 2.
Desert
Twofer.
Fox is a tank ripoff.
2.
Okay. Some of them have more than 2, so you need to call your tits.
This one's got 4.
Is
Oh
it number
wow.
4?
No, it's number
It's a
10.
lie.
This one says 12, but it only has 1.
Now,
It's good.
this system inspired other systems to start using ROM-based games, where the games were, separate, and you put them in and you played a different game. In fact, Atari, Roland Bushnell sold Atari to Warner at that time to become an instant millionaire, so that he could make Project Stella, which became the Atari 2600, or the video computer system originally. This particular one is in really great shape. Put the cartridges in here,
Very sleek.
and it has a eject button, very 8-track like. These buttons have to do with selecting difficulties or whatever.
Does it say hockey, tennis, games?
Yeah, hockey and tennis are built into this. Hockey.
Is this Canadian?
There's
hockey is
Hockey
number
and
1.
Hockey, eh?
No.
Okay, go on.
I feel like I should be wearing a toque to look at this console, eh?
Don't you know?
I'm all about the
God damn it. Gonna drink.
Only one of us at this table doesn't appreciate
I'll drink
Canada.
to the Great White North.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, it's all about, eh?
Join them.
Yeah.
One thing that's hard to find with these systems is this record player top still being in excellent shape.
Oh, I can see why. It's
It's just there for looks, and these are the controllers built in. Well, I got a wire mess over here, but this is actually really interesting. You hold it like this. You got your left, right, up, down. You can turn them, because for hockey, you angle your shots. So
Right.
this is how you angle them, and this is your button. So it's all just right here.
kind of like a Wii controller. A little bit.
But better.
Yeah.
So,
You're way ahead of us.
yeah.
I'm guessing most young males probably got a lot better at this around age 11, 12.
I like that.
Something like that.
Inspection number 1.
Yeah, it's
Fast.
still. Yeah, this is one of the 1976 models when it
Passed
was
on the first
actually called the VES, and it's fun. It only has now the Atari 2600 murders this thing graphically, if you can believe that. It only has 64 bytes of RAM. It's not kilobytes, not megabytes.
Just
Bites.
Just bites.
Not bits. This is the channel F64. 64 bytes. It has 4 colors: white, red, green, and blue. That's
Okay.
what they make up all the games with. One of my favorite games to play on here is card number 17. It's Breakout. Breakout's a great game. Very, very addicting. So, yes, this is.
So,
17.
17!
Hey, all right.
one thing
Pinball
that
challenge.
Yes, B.
one thing that amazes me is that you know of all. How do you find out something? How do you figure? Where the hell did you hear about this?
I would like to personally thank the interwebs.
Okay.
That's where I get my information from. I had never ever heard of this in my life.
Well, it was 4 years before we were conceived.
Well, true, but everybody knows the Atari 2600.
Yeah,
And we've all heard of the Intellivision and somewhat the ColecoVision as well.
but I can't see my dad going, I need to get that Fairchild video entertainment system while I'm still fucking semen in his balls.
Well, this might be why. It was, it came out in 1976, November of 1976, for $169.95.
Holy shit.
That is the equivalent to $700 today.
Wow.
Might be, and it sold 250,000 units, which is pathetic.
Mostly in the Hamptons.
So there weren't a lot of these.
Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
I recently just paid $285 for just this, but it can't. It's still. I still have the original box,
$700.
which I forgot to bring out.
Right.
Shame.
Next segment, I might show it to you because it's absolutely hilarious. I don't know who they were trying to market to. Seriously, you gotta Google it. If I don't actually show it, Google it.
You need to bring it
It
up.
looks
Yeah,
like,
I need to bring it up.
you know, looks like people at swingers parties. I mean, the wood grain, the nice record top.
Yeah.
I think it's a very elegant looking system,
yeah,
especially for the time.
Can this play my 45s?
You can probably put them in there. And when you're not using your controllers, it's a great place to keep your Miley Cyrus beer and your Punisher bobblehead.
I was actually going to say the condoms for the key party.
That's it.
Yes, this is a very, very happening system.
Very
And
nice.
this particular system plays really well, but I've seen them. I put that I was willing to pay $300 on my bid. I got it for $285. That's about what I see them go for. But there are some complete sets where all these games have the boxes. Now that's 26 games. I have 12 of them. I just ordered Game Cart 1. It's not in yet. When I have that, I will literally have half the collection. But I've seen, there's one on eBay right now that's buy it now, everything is boxed with instructions, $2,400.
The system and all the games.
Wow.
System and all the games with the boxes and in good shape. And yeah, it's
So, Mr. Benjamin Bartholomew, 2,400. What is that in 1976 dollars?
$300.
He's gonna comment. Stop asking me to do your fucking math.
But you're our go-to guy.
Yeah.
Learn math, you bastard.
We can't do it on the fly. It's
Math is
difficult.
hard. There's numbers and shit.
Plus, we're drinking.
One thing I like
come on.
about these cartridges is the doors that they
I
have.
like the doors.
Yeah, keeps your
Yeah,
shit
A lot of
safe.
people like the
Great
doors.
band. Great.
So this protects everything.
It is the protector, and then you have your.
Fancy looking chips in there.
And it's great that they numbered them because then it makes you feel like you have to get them all. Like
Right.
shit,
Like Pokemon, gotta collect
Yeah.
them all.
gotta collect them all.
They were the first.
In fact,
They're even.
the one I just ordered is Game Cart 1. This way I can have not only the first system to use, interchangeable
First
ROMs,
cartridge.
but the actual first cartridge. Although when it came out, 1, 2, and 3 were available. So yes.
What is cartridge 1?
Cartridge 1 is Tic-Tac-Toe. Doodle, where you just doodle on screen.
Ooh.
Quadradoodle, where it's split into 4, and when you doodle, it does it on all 4.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wow.
Blew my
that-
fucking hair back.
And I forget what the other one is, but yeah, Tic-Tac-Toe. Who the fuck? Okay.
That is some hot shit right there.
Well, and then cartridge. Well, and then cartridge 3 is Blackjack.
Nice.
Why don't you? I mean, okay, sure.
This was not designed for children's.
And cartridge 2
Chitlins.
has
Chitlins.
chitlins. Cartridge 2 is a shooting gallery where it looks like you shoot at ducks. There's no gun for this, so obviously you move a cursor. And Desert Fox, which is a ripoff of a game called Tanks by Atari in the arcade, which is very similar to Combat.
Fuck combat.
Fuck combat.
I think we will see this on GamerCon sometime.
That'd be nice.
I'd actually like to have you guys play Pong.
I would play Pong.
That would be pretty
Cool.
awesome. And you have to play
Pong is a classic. It's
a great game. And
I'm
it's-
surprised it hasn't made an appearance yet.
I've always been for it. You know how many goddamn games there are?
A lot.
There's a lot of
There
shit.
are a lot of goddamn games.
Lots of goddamn games.
There's a list of games I'm still waiting.
And you can't play Pong on one player. It has to be 2-player.
Yeah.
Beezus.
So now that you have this, how close are you to completing your video game system?
Okay.
Or collection, sorry.
My collection is American systems that use interchangeable ROMs, whether it's a cartridge or a disc, not something that is just a Pong, not something that's a dedicated machine. Sold in stores. There's on my list. There's 33 and a possible 34th, but it's really anyway 33. I have 23.
Nice.
So I'm missing 10. One of those 10 would be the Xbox One. And then 5 of those 10 are from Generation 2. One reason why there was a video game crash was there was 9 goddamn consoles in Generation 2. For Generation 2, I still need the. You're not even gonna know what these are.
Nope.
And I don't even know if I'm gonna collect some of these.
Not ashamed.
Probably not.
The Bally Astrocade, the Emerson Arcadia, the Intellivision,
Yeah.
have
that
heard of,
one, yeah.
and the Atari 5200.
Okay.
Now I'm not counting the Vectrex because it also has to hook to a TV, just like I don't count the Virtual Boy, because that, although it'd be very
Was a
interesting to
bomb.
have that. Well, a lot of things were bombs, but 5 of the
Especially
10 that I
Virtual
don't have are from one damn generation, and then I don't have CDI, I don't have the TurboGrafx 16, Sega Master System, and I don't have the Neo Geo AES.
I know someone.
Oh!
I know someone with a Sega Master System. I don't know if you'd be
Shut
willing
up.
to part
You
with
gotta hit the.
I got sunglasses on. I'm like,
And tonight,
Your future's not that bright. You don't
No.
need shades, okay?
I wear my sunglasses.
now you're doing
at
two
night.
different songs.
I can, so I can.
B. Anyway, speaking of B,
It's time for.
Current events with me. Current events, yeah. Current events with me. Current events.
Okay.
cheers!
Cheers for beers.
All right, it's time for current events with B. But if I may interject,
You may.
sometimes on this show we give gifts,
We do.
and I was out garage sailing the other day,
Nice.
and I saw an item. And it made me think of one man. And I was like, who's the #1 Ninja Turtle fan that I know? Yes, Michael. Michael, exactly.
Right.
Michael. So,
Right.
Michael, I've got a gift
Makes
for you.
perfect sense.
It's a Ninja Turtle tin.
Oh,
That's very nice.
That is very
Yeah,
nice.
it's
Very
actually in pretty
cool.
good shape. Yeah.
It's very.
yeah,
it looks like
Other
it's,
than the rust on the top,
That's
it's very
fine.
good.
Yeah,
Fine.
it's got the middle school turtles.
I feel like I can just cuddle up with this if I can just.
Yeah.
You can put your head
I
on it.
hope you like that. Definitely
Yeah.
for a big turtle fan, I had to
Yeah.
pick that up for you.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy thing! I was actually at Dollar General the other day, and just looking around, find some Q-tips, envelopes, things you get at Dollar General, and I saw an action figure that I had to get for the biggest Turtles fan ever.
No.
Michael.
Yeah,
No,
no,
you
I
didn't.
did. Yeah, I did, and I found this nice Raphael
Oh, wow.
action figure, and he's kind of saying this pose I put in right now is "Come at me, bro." So this is
Yeah,
also
oh
for
my
you.
God.
There you go.
That
You can
is-
put that in your tin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Just,
It's
right?
amazing.
It'd be very
It's
nice.
a little tight.
Yeah. I, mean,
it's
I
not-
like it tight. That's
Yeah.
right.
Hey.
Right in
No.
there.
Keep that for later. Thank you.
All right.
I gotta tell you, this is a little embarrassing
Mhm.
because I also came across a great Turtles item,
Mhm.
and I could only think of one person to give it to.
Shut your mouth, Michael.
It's crazy.
This
but,
is your day.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. It's just, it's like Christmas.
Yeah.
In
Oh,
July.
look at that.
Now, instead of cuddling with the tin, why not cuddle with one of the most awesome turtles of all,
Donatello.
Mr. Donatello?
That's right.
I feel like if you were a Donatello fan, you should always be a Donatello.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, he's
Yeah.
my personal favorite, but
Yeah.
I mean, I know that he's even a bigger fan than I. So
Give it
I
to
have
him.
to. I gotta give it up.
That is nice.
I gotta give it
I
up.
want
I
to
just,
cuddle with that.
I just like both.
Yeah. This is nice.
This
is
is
nice.
great.
Yeah.
This,
It's just nice to
You
be
guys-
able to do something for the
crack
greatest turtle fan
Ever.
Yeah.
ever.
Yes.
He really is.
Michael, you're a really wonderful
I
guy.
know. I mean, thank you.
Wonderful guy.
I'm gonna cheers to
to Michael.
the biggest turtle
Cheers,
fan ever.
turtle.
Biggest
Cheers to
turtle
me.
fan I know.
Okay.
All right.
So.
On a much lesser note, I actually have a gift for you as well.
Oh wow.
Being a Punisher fan, I sometimes collect little miniature figures of characters that I like. Sometimes you get mystery minis, which are just
Is
like
it Batman?
No, it's not Batman.
No, although he does have a couple Batman.
Yes,
Batman.
I do.
Batman.
And a Batgirl.
Oh,
Backer.
God.
But that's not
Don't
what
get
this
me
is.
started.
Barbara Gordon.
Easy.
Easy.
Down, boy,
Chill.
down.
Yeah.
No, I have for you a miniature Punisher bobblehead.
Oh, look at that. He's got a friend.
And he's got
Yes.
pistols too.
It's his mini me.
He's adorable. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at these guys. Okay, anyway, because that's, cute is what the Punisher's going for.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah. Cute is what he aims for.
White boots and all.
Thank you. Boy, I feel like we should have gotten B some cats.
No, that's okay.
Yeah,
I
no,
have enough.
No,
I have enough.
he's
cats.
got enough.
Would have made it complete. Okay,
I have two.
Anyway, it is current events of B.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've got like 2 minutes, but go ahead.
What do you got for us?
Well, I've got a couple quick stories that I saw on the interwebs this weekend. But speaking of interwebs, I just want to tell a real quick story. I lost my wallet last Friday.
Sorry about that.
No, I lost my wallet.
It's really terrible.
Didn't have it at all. No ID, no money. There was over $200 in my wallet. Cash, 20s. Cash money. No, that's not my wallet.
Cash money. What'd you
So-
say? You had 20s?
20s.
Damn!
$200 worth of 20s.
Must be nice.
So anyway, gave it up
That's like
after,
10 of those.
Yeah, I gave it up after, gave up the search after, tearing my apartment completely apart. Anyway, Monday morning, and I kind of wanted to do the toast to this person, but ours was, anyway. Walk out the door Monday morning, 5 a.m. There's a Walmart sack hanging on my door with my wallet inside and a nice note, if you subscribed, thank you for the wallet, because it said, neighbor, found this in the parking lot, did some searching on the interwebs, and found this was your current address. Have a great Monday. All the money was inside.
Cheers to that.
Everything was there. So
Cheers
what I'm
to
thinking
that.
is
Nice.
they went out of their
Gift
way.
giving, loving.
They went out of their way to
Friends.
search for me,
That's nice.
which means if you put my name in Google, the first thing that comes up is the Cose to Cose website. They use the term interwebs. Did they watch some Bible Answers? Did they like it? Did they subscribe and then decide to give me my wallet back and not steal all my money?
Maybe these guys are
Maybe they
awesome.
saw the videos and were like,
This
there's
guy-
no way this guy is making any money.
Yeah.
He needs this more than I do.
He really needs this. That's kind of what I thought. But in between all that,
Was your ID not sorry.
Oh, yes,
was your
sir.
ID not included and not with your current address?
ID has not been current for 5 years.
Good man.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Never
Cheers
let
to
them
that.
know where you're at.
Fuck the law.
Not current ID.
Fuck the police.
If there are any
Fuck
police
the-
watching this, please don't pull me over. Okay, so the two news stories to come that have been of importance to me are, in November comes all new Captain America #1. Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh, they're
Poverty Gen phone.
I did hear about this.
new comic series? Or
Well,
No,
as has been
kind of,
hinted
but no.
elsewhere, Steve Rogers will find himself unable to take up the mantle of Captain America.
Again.
If I'm mistaken, I thought Steve Rogers was assassinated
Yeah,
a few
then
years
he
ago.
came back.
Ah,
Question.
yes,
Are you talking? What medium?
Comic books.
comics.
Oh, okay, that's what I asked.
But see, if you know
Yeah.
anything about comic books, you know that no one dies in comics
Ever.
for real.
No.
Right.
They can die and they'll be gone for a little bit.
But they'll come back.
Although I do
Right.
have the Superman death issue.
It's a revolving door.
And then all the issues where he came back.
Yeah, but there's no other Superman other than Kal-El.
Did you know when he came back? Well, he was still Kal-El. Or at least back in the 90s. I don't know anything about comics now. But when he came back, he had a mullet. I think they thought that would make him look cooler. He had longer hair.
yeah.
You know, 90s comics were all edgy and, tried to,
Yeah.
I mean, look at the parody from the Fairly Odd Parents, the Crimson Chin.
They were
You know,
trying to get away from the
edgy
Batman
90s,
series.
You know,
in
he
the
had all
60s.
the
Yeah. With
gun
Jay Leno
belts.
voicing him, of course.
Yeah,
Perfect.
So it's current events B.
So,
whatever.
Steve Rogers will find himself unable to take up the mantle of Captain America, leaving someone else to put up the stars and stripes in his place because the new Cap appears to be African American.
I know who it is!
Oh, that's a
Spoilers.
shitstorm.
Spoilers. Most experts think it will be Sam Wilson, aka
Oh,
Falcon.
Yep.
Cap's friend and longtime partner. Alonso doesn't confirm or deny, though he does note that the character in the image above has what appears to be something that allows himself the gift of flight. He also says the all-new #1, written by Rick Remender, and with art by
Yep. Great
Sorry.
writer, by the way.
and Stuart. Anyone knows how to pronounce that? Imonen.
Stuart.
I imagine him on the alley.
Okay.
I don't know.
Will be very much a jumping on the point and blah 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 blah. But the big story that I wanted to get to and the one I really want to talk about, but all those changes pale in comparison to what's going on in October's Thor
The gender
#1. In the new series written by Jason Aaron and drawn by Russell Dotriman?
Russell Crowe.
No.
No.
There's a whole new Thunder God. Or?
God.
Thunder Goddess.
Yes, sir.
How? I mean, he
Ah!
doesn't get old.
No, just listen.
No, that's not.
There
What's
is a
that?
whole new
How
Thunder
could there be
God.
a new
Oh, just
Raiden?
wait a second.
No,
Thunder
Nick,
God
not
or
Raiden.
not Raiden, Thor. Thunder God or Goddess rather.
Okay.
It all comes out of the original Sin story arc for reasons that will be revealed in original Sin. Thor won't be able to pick up the hammer. And what really annoys me about all these stories about this is they always say the hammer. It's Mjolnir.
It's true.
Mjolnir, which is Master Chief's armor.
It's Meow Mix.
It's
Not
it just
Meow Mix.
It just
Mjolnir.
drives me fucking nuts to say
Don't
how
listen
hard
to
is
him.
that to pronounce Mjolnir? It's not hard to pronounce. It's a Swedish word.
That's
Anyway,
just an MJ. Pronounce
Yeah.
it.
MJ.
says Alonso, someone has to pick up the hammer, and someone does, and they become Thor. So this person will become Thor.
But it's
not
a she.
Yes, it's not Thorina or yes sir.
Mrs.
Or
Thunder Tits.
Thorette,
Uh,
or Thunder Tits, or Thunder
Mrs. Thunder
Thighs.
Tits.
It's
Yes sir.
Thor.
Wasn't he's born Thor, right?
No,
His father's
no.
Odin.
Well-
He's Thor.
You have to. Well, if you have to be able to pick up the hammer. There's an inscription.
There is
on
only
Mjolnir.
one other person that
That's
has
his
picked
name.
up Mjolnir other than Thor.
Batman.
No. I believe it was Cap.
Raiden.
Yeah. Yeah, he might have.
Because the Hulk wasn't able to pick it up no matter
Right.
how strong he was because he wasn't worthy of it. I
was
believe it was
unusual.
Captain America.
That's not right.
Any of you comic nerds in the comments, let us know.
Yeah,
if
let us
we're
know if we're wrong.
This is
So-
very nerdy. I like it.
And that someone is a lady whose precise identity won't be revealed immediately. There are several women in Thor's life, and one of them is going to be the new Thor. You aren't going to find out who it is for some time. This is a slowly unfolding mystery.
Well, I already
Lois
said it. I already said her name was
Lane.
Thunder Tits.
Not
Thunder
her.
Tits.
A lot of
Thunder Tits.
speculation, but she is blonde.
There are images. Yes.
I know who it is.
No, you don't.
Chitara.
It's not Chitara. Chitara's not even in the Marvel universe.
But she's a Thundercat.
But that has
Thunder,
nothing to do
Thor,
with,
female.
I mean, that
I want to see that made into a
Well-
movie. Who does not want to see Thundercats made into a
I want to see
I-
him
I-
on the big screen.
I'd
Yeah.
like to see. Does anybody know the Mumbra chant that he had to say that?
Over the cauldron.
I don't know it now, but I knew it when I was 5, when the show was new, and I remember reciting it and saying it all like like all evil, and my mom was like, "Don't say that."
Satanic
Yeah,
panic.
she thought it was Dungeons and Dragons.
Satan be gone!
Yeah, she thought it was evil. I don't know
So,
what it is, but
That was one
leave it
story
in the
I had.
comments.
And we don't have much
Yeah,
time left, but
not enough time.
well, but can't find the story in that time. Just a story I know. Earlier this week, it was announced that the KKK
Yay!
was giving out candy to try and recruit new members.
Smart.
And
Smart.
to
Yep.
give a shout out to my buddy in LA, Chad, who gave a very interesting tweet. Said KKK is now handing out candy to increase membership. Not to be outdone, the Black Panthers are handing out Swisher Sweets.
Which, to be fair,
Follow
those are
him
better.
at Chad Manuel
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Twitter.
Those are way better.
They're way more useful.
That's amazing.
Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of candy. But
Can I join
come
the
on.
Black Panthers?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, probably.
Black Power.
But
Well-
okay, what kind of candy? He asked me this question, and I'm gonna
That's a fair
to pose it all to all of you.
Okay.
What kind of candy is the KKK handing out?
I saw a picture of this. I don't remember what was in it, but I believe Smarties was one of the pieces.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure it's vanilla, or it's white chocolate.
white chocolate. Hershey's white chocolate with the chocolate chips in it, or just white chocolate?
No, you can't
Just
be mixing
white
that
chocolate. You
shit.
can't mix
Okay,
it.
right.
Can't be like the cookies and cream or anything.
Right.
Like that.
Zach too.
Cookies and
What do you think? They're handing out?
Balls.
No.
No candy.
No.
Yeah,
Malted milk balls.
but white.
Right.
Spray painted white.
Yeah, spray paint. That'll.
Zeke Heil! Zeke Heil!
No,
whole different group.
KKK.
Whole
are
different
not
group.
Nazis.
Whole different group.
No, there's a Grand Wizard and everything.
Yeah.
I love that they have those names. I am the master snake of the. I'm done talking to you. So, what candy do you think they are handing out?
I don't fucking know.
Rock candy. Say rock candy.
No.
Saltwater taffy.
Because I think they're handing out Necco wafers, which are the most tasteless, horrible fucking candies on the planet.
Which
They're not even
fits
candies.
them very well.
What do white trash eat for candy?
What says I'm an ignorant asshole more than any other candy on the planet?
Oh, that viewers, what says that?
Seriously.
Leave it in the comments. Let
Ignorant
us know.
asshole.
Let us know. We don't.
If you're an ignorant asshole, please tell us what candy you eat.
I say you can't have. Okay, you can't.
They're
have,
not self-aware.
You
No.
can't have Tootsie Rolls. They're
No.
black.
No,
They're
you
brown.
can't have Tootsies because they're. No, you can't have them because they're
Tootsie
colored.
Roll!
Right.
Tootsie Roll!
They may see that Tootsie Roll. Yeah.
No, not
Okay,
Tootsie
okay.
Rolls.
What are
Not
they-
even Tootsies because they're colored.
Okay, KK.
Dum-dums?
Calm down.
Do they have Dum Dums?
Dum-dums.
Oh, it could be.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Dum-dums.
Yeah, because then when they go to
Dum-dums
the bank
is-
to rob it, that's what they take the
Yeah.
whole thing. Ha ha! Racism.
We gotcha. We got it figured out.
Thank you, Phil.
Yeah. So you don't actually know what candy it was.
No, I don't know what candy it was. I just my buddy sent it to me, and I saw the
I
headline.
did see a picture. I don't remember what it
And
was.
his tweet. I have a picture on my phone. I will show you later.
Okay.
But it's just the
I
article.
hope it's a dick pic.
I was gonna say it's Beast penis.
But yeah, so big ups to Chad who helped us with that segment.
Sweet.
Thank
He's
you,
out in
Chad.
LA and he's becoming an actor.
Way to go, Chad in LA.
Hell yes.
Yes.
Chad and La.
Best of luck on your waiter position until you get found.
He's actually a bartender right
Okay.
now,
Bartender. Wow.
and I think that pretty much wraps it up.
All right. Well, this has been a wonderful episode.
Yes.
You know, it's a little weird because it's we did 2 in 1 month.
But it's good to get around the table with friends and chat about
Yeah.
geeky things.
True.
we used to do them
And
weekly.
speaking of chatting about geeky things,
I think I know what you're gonna say.
I think you do, but I'm going to say it anyway. Zach, too, here and I have a new segment that we're planning coming up. So let us know how excited you are in the comments
Yes.
and any feedback you might have, or anything. Any
It's about
comments.
it's
Yeah,
about
what's
nerdy
going
things.
to be?
We,
What's going to be about?
Yes.
we will basically be talking about all things nerdy.
Yeah.
I mean, some segments may be movies, some may be games. We will be talking about comics because apparently we're like the only ones who really enjoy it around here, but there's got to be a few of you out
But,
there,
well,
right?
see, I enjoy all things nerdy, even though I know jack shit about
Well,
comics.
you know,
It's just amazing.
Come on to the segment and we will educate you.
Yes.
I like the sound of that, and I will educate you on your video games.
Yes.
So we're all and you've got anime covered,
Anime movies.
Which is good because I don't care about anime.
between the
so
4 of us, we've
gotta have an
got-
expert.
We've got it all, but we can all appreciate nerdiness and
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
being a nerd rules, and
But not in an ironic or trendy way.
it's hip to be square.
No,
Stop.
We've been very socially outcast for years and years, so
Yeah,
we
got
paid
you.
our dues.
All right, guys, it's been a wonderful show.
Yes.
Toast.
Absolutely.
Toast to a good show and a toast to you, the viewer. Come back next month.
Yes.
There'll be more.
See us again.
Fuck off!